going to make an exciting purchase, going to get a car hauler for hauling around the Jeep and other odds and ends that we need for the Jeep we can go pick up steel with it. It's a little car hauler. We've got a 6x12 deck on it currently. Might need to extend it another 2 or 3 feet to make hauling the Jeep around a little easier, but getting a really good deal on it. I think it might be a home built one. So the way to go pick that up now on the road, it's going to be a long drive, but a couple hour drive. Got to go pick it up. Pretty exciting. It's going to be a good build for the channel, along with a ZJ Grand Cherokee build. So look for the content on that also. Be fun putting that together and figuring out what we need for the trailer also. We'll haul the Jeep around different trails around the country and the state and everything.
Rock and roll is always grooving. I'm sick of that A, that B. Johnny B. Good, Chuck Berry. That A, that B, let it carry. Rock riffs, rock and roll legendary. Rock and roll, it's all fun. Rock and roll is never done. Play finger, pick that bass string. Slapping pop strings that sing. Rock and roll.
Hey everybody, just went and picked up that trailer, got it hooked up to the truck and leaving the person I got it from's place. Had to take one tire off, it's got a bad tire, so tandem axle trailer, so it's got 4 tires normally, so got it on 3. Should be fine to make it home. They're old mobile home looking axles, the old Dayton style. I'll show it to you as soon as I can stop somewhere and get out and look at it. Pretty excited, it looks like a better trailer in person than it did in the picture. So hey everybody, out here, pulled over at this random pull out here, side of the road, so I can show you guys the trailer real quick before I get it home. Go over it. Here it is, start up here at the front. It's got a basic jack. Probably be one of the first things I change out is this jack. It's kind of jankety looking. Probably just take it out and cut that plate off and weld a jack on there. One of those ones that has the circle that you weld on there and then put a pin through so you can swing the jack up and out of the way. Looking at the welds, they look pretty sound. Definitely homemade looking. Pretty nice looking I-beam trailer. Fit the Jeep on it just barely. 6 feet wide. I looked, the total width of a Jeep is 5 feet and 10 inches. Would be cutting it close, but we'll see how we can make it work for what we got. Got a nice looking back end. It's got a nice rounded end here. Kid I picked it up from said it was on the property when I think he said aunt inherited the property from her grandpa. Something like that. They inherited it from somebody and the trailer was there when she got it, and that was many years ago. So I think we got a pretty good deal on this trailer. Went and traded it. I didn't spend any money on it. Here's a look at the side with the missing tire. Got the Dayton style hubs that are held on by these little plates right here. And then you tighten the lug bolt. Seems like a pretty good sound trailer. I have the one tire in the bed of my truck right now, so I have the tire in the rim. It's just in there. I went and took it off. Tire was flat. This tire's got some cracking, but hopefully she can make it home for us, and then we'll figure tires out then. Hopefully we don't have to figure them out on the side of the road broken down, but knock on some wood that doesn't happen. The safety chains are too short to hook up to my truck right now, and we don't have any lights. Couplers just hooked up, and then we got this nice heavy duty looking boat style winch that's on it, so you can pull something up that weighs, I think those are good to like 500 pounds. So it's got a little winch on it. Got a nice little toolbox for some storage. Lock you could put on it, padlock. Seems pretty heavy duty. The deck boards are still pretty good, all but one. Probably add some stain to them. I got some diesel at home that I might mix with some oil and redo the boards there so they stay good. Might sand them down just a little. Here's those ramp. Got a piece of angle so you can hook them on the lip back there. Pretty heavy duty. Nice 2x12 or so on there. Probably build some better ramps one day, but get things figured out. It's got marker lights. Spots they probably need replaced. So I'm just going to rewire the whole trailer over time and then see if you can add brakes or if it already has brakes. I'm not sure. They're not hooked up right now. So he said the deck is 6 feet wide by 12 feet long. It's a pretty good starting base. Might need to maybe cut it right here and then extend it 2 feet back so we get about a 14-foot trailer. Where the axles are, there might be a little wiggle room of where you could put the front of the Jeep, so we'll have to check all that out when we're at home. And probably needs cleaned up and wire wheeled and a nice coat of paint so it stays pretty nice. Got these nice fenders and everything that are out of the way. They're probably 1/8 inch. They're pretty sturdy. And then you got the I-beam in here, so The fenders are on the outside out of the way, and then your deck is nice and smooth inside of that. It'll work out pretty nice. So this is a good look at what we went and purchased today, made the trade for. It's got a place for you to hook your winch, place for you to hang your license plate, but there's a good look at the 2 tires, suspension. It's got an actual pivoting leaf spring suspension. Should be good, strong enough to hold the Jeep, or all steel. Yeah, first look at the trailer. We'll go over it more. Home built trailer. I'm pretty proud of it. Also picked up this bad boy when I was in town picking up the trailer. Went and made it a twofer. It's an old Chicago Electric Harbor Freight plasma cutter. Not sure if it's the 110 model or the 240 model. Looks like the 240 model with how thick the wires are, but we'll have to check that out when we get home. I was hoping it was the 110 model, but it looks like it's in pretty good condition. Here's your gun. It still looks pretty good. It's got your trigger. You just got this little safety so you can't pull the trigger, and then you and you're shooting sparks. Yeah, it looks like it's 240, so couldn't touch nothing for 80 bucks on a plasma cutter. Looks brand new, minus a little bit of dirt and that little wear and tear on the torch here, probably from somebody touching it too close to the metal when they were using it. We'll figure that out and get it going, see if it works and everything. 80 bucks. Chicago Electric welding plasma cutter. Picked that up with this trailer while I was in town. Made it a twofer. Put these ramps in the bed of my truck so they don't bounce out. Fire the truck up and get the heck out of here. Get out of Dodge. Dodge, huh? Little update on the way home. Trailer's towing pretty good. Towed dang well. Tow's straight. Nothing going on with the tires. She's still all weather cracked as she has been when we took off. Hubs are cold. We were in the store for maybe 10 minutes. About 50 degrees out here, 45 degrees out here. So ambient temperature ain't that low to cool them off that fast. Filled all 3 hubs. They're still cool. So who knows when this trailer was on the road last. These tires still look pretty good. They got your normal wear on them, but they look good compared to that one that's still on the one side over there. I was worried about that tire. I was thinking we might have to pull this tire on our way home and move it over there, but we got about 45-50 minutes till we're home, and been driving for about an hour and 50 minutes, so thought it was a good spot to pull over. We're at the Dollar General right now. Just went in and got some stuff and figured I'd check the trailer out. Barely know she's back there. She tows easy. I don't know what she weighs, but maybe we'll try to figure that out one day, what she weighs, for you guys. We'll continue our journey on home.
Songs in the smoky bars. We were kings with a cheap guitar. Now we're legends in a fading star. But I still feel that thunder in my veins. Some things change, but the fire remains. Time rolls on like a runaway train, carving lines on a weathered face. You can fight, but you can't outrun the ticking clock.
Hey everybody, we're back at home. Went and got the trailer home, made it all the way home, and standing out here in front of it's been a few days. Weather's been a little nasty, so got a little lull in the weather, so figured I'd come out here and show you around the trailer and talk about some plans with it and how it worked out and everything. So here's the trailer. I'd noticed when I was standing back from it, got a serial number, like VIN number, so maybe it is made in a factory or somebody got that put on there by state police or something to make it a certified trailer. Got this jack on it that's kind of just stuck on there with this weird tower. Thinking I'll get one that'll mount in here somewhere. Out of the way. It's got this nice manual crank winch on it. Got a shifter lock, so I think it has geared so you can spool the cable up freely when you're not pulling anything faster, and then you stick it down in a lower gear once you are hauling some weight. It says, yeah, right here, 2,600 pounds. So that could get us somewhere. If we had a dead vehicle, we could have this assist it and maybe help push it up there by hand. Not sure how much the little, like, 1/8 1/8" diameter cable would hold though, but it's a start. I think we'll take that winch plate that I saved that we pulled off that brush guard and integrate it into this tower somehow and get one of those little ATV, UTV winches from Harbor Freight that are rated for 5,500 pounds, the Badland ones, and put the battery in here, or get a bigger tongue box. Might move this tower back actually and put it back here and put the tongue box up here in the front because they're kind of shaped like the front of the trailer here, so move the winch back there maybe. Not put it right here where most of them are mounted on the deck, but mount it back here so you can get it away when we have to pull a vehicle on. Since this trailer's only 12 feet long, would be nice to plate this whole front area too with like a grating or something so there's holes in it, but so you could stick stuff up there. Thinking about mounting spare tires right here on the side. Gonna replace all these broken lights with indicators. There's 2 on each side. There's one in the front right there and then one in the back by the tail light. Gonna be rewiring the whole trailer. These tires, I've been looking, they're kind of hard to find. They're a one-time use tire. We'll see if I change the hubs out and get new tires. Been looking for new tires on Marketplace. They're kind of hard to find around me. And I was looking at it. This other connector right here, there's a brake connector. If you lose the trailer, it pulls on and puts your brakes on. It looks like it's wired. It has trailer brakes, it looks like. It's got the connector here for it. I imagine that's what this connector is for, the trailer brakes, and then it's got a standard like 4-pin connector for regular trailer lights. So, but we might be switching those hubs out, so we would have standard trailer brakes. Thinking up here, cut this whole tower off and this plate and getting rid of that whole area there. Move it onto the side over here. Went and made it home and then came out here the next day and this tire went flat, the one that's got all that weather cracking, and then now this hub's just sitting on the ground because there's no air in it. So need to get new tires before I can even move the trailer, unless I take a tire off the other side and just put it on this side just to move it around. And only have 2 tires. Here's that tire that I took off when I picked the trailer up from the guy's house. This tire looks like it's a Goodyear brand. 8x14.5 load range E. Has a dot number on it, but everywhere online says they're not DOT approved. I don't know, unless that just means they're DOT approved for one-way use. I don't know. This tire's got a bunch of weather cracking and sidewalls all split here, so. And then it's got this metal like donut ring that bolts in. You can see where those little plates bolt onto it in 5 spots. They're tubeless. We got my 2x6 tube over there, 1/4 inch. Then we be building projects with the rock sliders. That's where that tube came from that we started building those brackets out of from the front bumper. Then I got a piece of like 1/2 inch plate, 3/4 inch plate right there, and then some like 3/8 plate right here. So I could build D-ring shackles out of those or something. Need to get a plasma cutter. That one I showed you guys earlier in the video is a 240. I don't have 240 power, so I'm gonna be putting that on Marketplace and selling it. License plate holder like I was showing. The slots for your ramps, they lock in on that. Little piece of angle iron. Back hook for the winch. Then it's got this like snatch block kind of thing. Thinking I might replace these boards, pull all the boards off and wire wheel the trailer good, and then thinking I might paint it a color like a camo color, sand, or like a army OD green. Thinking that would look good on this style of trailer. I think it'd blend in pretty good. Might take all these tabs off. Kind of look like a good way to cut yourself open on all of them. Clean the trailer up some. The boards are all good, minus this like last 1.5 foot back here or so. But I think we'll just replace all the boards, give it a fresh look, redo the trailer. Maybe we'll start stripping the wire and the lights off the trailer and get them in the trash. Make it look a little better. Gonna have to save up some money to put into this trailer. Try to work on it now and then though, so videos can keep coming out on it. Thinking that I'm gonna put some D-rings about right here. Weld a plate on here and then get those weld-on D-rings, so you have a good place to mount things. So probably put one in each corner on the front and then one in the center. Give a good place to tie the front of the Jeep down to. Get rid of these little, just a piece of wire, 1/4 inch D that they welded on there. It's most likely sturdy, but I'd rather just have a D-ring that you can swivel. And then put those 3 in the front, and then probably 2 more right here in front of the fender, and then 2 behind the fender, and then 2 at the very back of the trailer, probably right next to the light, is what I'm thinking. Probably put 9 of them on. I'm doing a little bit of work out here. Front of the trailer looks really clean with all those wires. Looks clean now. We'll get that jack off there when we get a new one to replace that one.
Raise your glass to the nights we stole. Every scar is a story told.